Are you curious about how the world's billionaires live their daily life? Or how they use their wealth? From extravagant purchases to philanthropic endeavors. In this video, I will take you on a journey to uncover the exclusive world of the ultra-rich people. Billionaires are a different breed. They have a certain way of thinking and using their money that sets them apart from the rest of us. Thus, get ready to be mesmerized as we delve into the extravagant lifestyles and business savvy of the most successful people on the planet. But before we enter into their world, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be updated with my fresh contents. Done subscribing? Then, let's begin exploring their world. Number 12. Mark Zuckerberg. It's weird to see Facebook's creator and current Meta ruler in such a modest position. But don't expect to see Mark asking for spare change anytime soon. His personal wealth surpassed $100 billion just 2 years ago. However, he now has a modest $62.7 billion in his bank account. The inventor of Facebook is not one to waste money on needless luxury products. Instead, Zuckerberg invests a significant amount of his wealth on real estate. He has multiple expensive and opulent houses, including a $7 million mansion in Crescent Park. If it seems exorbitant, it's really one of his more moderate purchases, since he paid $59 million for 2 lake houses in Lake Tahoe in the USA. Mark also has numerous other properties in Palo Alto and San Francisco, as well as his own private island. While Mark prefers to keep his extravagant expenditures to a minimum, he does have some extravagantly costly items to brag about. For example, his $150 million yacht, Ulysses, costs him $200,000 a year just to maintain. However, vacations are where he prefers to spend his money. As you might expect, Mark and his family do not spend the weekend at Miami's public beach. Around the world, Zuckerberg chooses ultra-luxurious resorts. Not surprising if you're really wealthy. Perhaps we can stalk his Facebook account and have a glimpse of his luxurious life. Number 11. Mukesh Ambani. Given the immense poverty in the country of 1.5 billion people, becoming the second wealthiest Indian on the globe may not seem all that remarkable. However, Ambani goes a step further, since he is on the verge of being one of the world's top 10 richest persons. So why compare with 1.5 billion when you can do it with 8 billion? Ambani's story was never a slumdog's because he was born into affluence. However, after taking over the family firm in the early 1980s, he has shown his entrepreneurial brilliance and turned his father's Reliance Industries Limited into India's most valuable corporation. Naturally, Ambani has a taste for the best things in life, as seen by his ownership of over 165 ultra-opulent automobiles and a $60 million private Airbus A319 that is specially equipped with satellite TV, Wi-Fi, jacuzzis, and other luxurious facilities. He is also a great cricket lover, having purchased the local Mumbai Indians for $111.9 million in 2008. Antillia, the world's most luxurious and extravagant residence to this day, is the crown gem of his holdings. The 27-story mega house in downtown Mumbai costs around $2.6 billion. This lavish building is home to only 6 people: Ambani, his wife, and their 4 children. However, there are at least 600 more employees working for the family and seeing to their every need. Are they still hiring? Number 10. Larry Ellison. What is the most direct path to becoming a billionaire? Simply develop a one-of-a-kind IT firm, make it a tremendous international success, and sell the majority shares on the open market. There's nothing to it actually, but Larry executed this move perfectly. He founded Oracle, which is now valued at almost $250 billion. While being the owner of such a firm is surely the key to an 11-figure bank account, being the world's highest-paid CEO probably doesn't hurt either. Ellison, one of the list's biggest spenders, has made many famous real estate acquisitions, including his Woodside, California property, which he remodeled in Japanese style. This cost him almost $200 million. His love with Japanese culture compelled him to purchase another house, this time in the Kyoto area of Japan. The mansion, which is situated on the grounds of a Zen Buddhist temple, cost the millionaire around $86 million. However, Ellison's most significant acquisition remained the whole Hawaiian island of Lanai. Well, he owns 98% of it, which is fairly close. But it's still a nice $300 million retreat when you think about it. I wonder what's wrong with the 2%. Number 9. Steve Ballmer. Ballmer became one of the world's wealthiest persons owing to a great move in the 1980s. He agreed to become Microsoft's first business manager at a salary of $50,000 per year. He was given a 5 to 10% stake in the still struggling firm as a bonus. Of course, Ballmer accepted, and as we all know, Microsoft is no longer a little firm, with a net worth of more than $2.1 trillion. Ballmer is no longer a member of the Microsoft team because he spends his well-earned money on activities he enjoys. For example, basketball. What better way to express your love for the game than by purchasing a whole team? Ballmer is now the majority owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. Currently, Ballmer spends his billions in a far more conventional way, owning multiple expensive and ultra-luxurious homes. One example is his $10 million mansion in Hunts Point, Washington. With lush gardens and comforts all around, the mansion clearly reflects his taste and flair. But it's his sport, golf, that Ballmer truly likes spending his money on. Naturally, the millionaire does not play golf in his backyard, despite the fact that it is large enough to accommodate a golf course. Instead, he flies to the world's top golf courses only to play a brief game of golf with some affluent buddies. Unfortunately, Ballmer has often confessed that he is a terrible player. Quitting, on the other hand, was never one of his strong suits. So he keeps blowing money on a sport he enjoys but isn't particularly good at. Number 8. Sergey Brin. If you don't know who Sergey Brin is, you may mistake him for another Russian millionaire who acquired his fortune through links with Putin. Sergey Brin's case, on the other hand, is entirely different. This brilliant Russian is a co-founder of Google and one of the 2 names on this list. Is it really such a surprise that one of Google's founders is one of the world's richest people? Unlike many other billionaires, Sergey is reinvesting his wealth not just for his own benefit, but also for the sake of humanity. Brin and his Google partner, Larry Page, for example, invest large sums of money on reusable energy sources and more environmentally friendly modes of transportation. They also contribute significantly to many causes. His $4.5 million investments in a Virginia-based space tourism enterprise is one of his most ridiculous ventures. So I can't help but wonder whether space shuttles are the next ultra-rich private aircraft. Number 7. Warren Buffett. There are many successful investors across the world, but none are as sharp or as bright as Warren Buffett. The corporate giant is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, which has a modest yearly revenue of $276.1 billion. The company controls more than 60 businesses in the market, all of which are performing well. So, naturally, Warren was able to obtain a small portion of the success, worth $136 billion, which is not bad for an elderly man. Buffett, on the other hand, is a different type of billionaire. Instead of purchasing the most costly home, automobile, and spacecraft, the 91-year-old lives in a tiny but elegant Omaha home. In 1958, he repurchased the property for $31,000. Furthermore, despite the fact that he can afford even the most magnificent home in the world, he likes the memories of his existing residence. Buffett reinvests his fortune in new enterprises and donates a large portion of his income to various organizations, rather than spending it on items that lose value the moment they leave the store. Also, he has contributed about $45 billion to various causes throughout the years. Number 6. Larry Page. Was there any doubt that Sergey Brin's Google partner would also be on this list? Larry Page is the world's 6th wealthiest individual, having $106.2 billion in his bank account. Page, like Brin, is interested in things beyond this world, which is why he is a major investor in Planetary Resources, a space exploration program. Page also invests in studying possibilities for flying automobiles. If he does not reach space before Musk or his colleague, at least he is sure to conquer the skies. In contrast to Brin, he spent his money on the better things in life, such as a brand new Tesla X and a 193-foot super yacht. Still, the majority of funds are spent on the different organizations that Page supports. One may argue that being wealthy does not always imply being bad. Who would have guessed? Number 5. Bill Gates. If you haven't heard of Microsoft, you're probably living in North Korea, which means you'll be spending years in a work camp because you're watching something on YouTube. However, Microsoft and its creator, Bill Gates, are well known to the world at large. Naturally, the IT genius who gave us PCs and Windows is one of the world's wealthiest people, with an astounding $121.5 billion. That is around 20% more than Kim Jong-un has, and approximately $100 billion more than the DPRK's yearly GDP. Gates has been on this prestigious list for a long time, and he is naturally the center figure in many absurd conspiracy theories. He spends $121.5 billion on considerably more useful stuff than you. Several ultra-luxurious residences, for example, including a valuable manuscript authored by Leonardo da Vinci that is valued at more than $130 million. That's how you show off your wealth, not by purchasing something like a solid gold tank. Number 4. Gautam Adani. Having more money than the guy who erected a skyscraper as a personal residence says a lot. Gautam Adani is now Asia's wealthiest man, having amassed a fortune of $136.6 billion through the Adani Group, India's largest port operator and developer. Furthermore, in May of 2020, he won a $6 billion bid for one of the world's largest solar power projects. To top it all off, the Adani Group purchased almost 3/4 of Mumbai International Airport later that year. Maybe he loves to travel, that's why. Unlike Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani lives in a much smaller residence that is still considered a modern mansion. Moreover, despite his automobiles being far less than 165, Adani has a number of ultra-luxurious vehicles such as BMWs, Ferraris, and limos. His most valuable property is a private Bombardier Challenger 650 private aircraft, which sells for roughly $30 million these days. Number 3. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault demonstrates that it is not just Americans and Indians who can generate 11-figure sums in business. The Frenchman is the world's third wealthiest person, as he dropped a position just recently. Furthermore, for a few months in 2021, he was the world's wealthiest person. If there was a fashion deity, Arnault would be this all-powerful entity. With 70 fashion businesses under his belt, this entrepreneurial genius targets not just luxury shoppers, but also common folks and thrift shop dwellers. If you look in the mirror right now, you're definitely wearing at least one thing that an Arnault-owned firm made. Clothes, accessories, wines, pastries, cosmetics, perfumes, and other items make this French entrepreneur the wealthiest person in the European Union. While the majority of his money is spent on charity or expanding his enterprise, Arnault is notorious for spending $150 million on an ultra-luxurious boat where he can relax with his family away from the glitz of the fashion industry. Number 2. Jeff Bezos. Thankfully, the guy who looks more like Lex Luthor from the Superman comics is the world's second wealthiest person. As far as I know, the king of retail is not plotting anything terrible, and hopefully, he will remain a genius rather than a lunatic. Bezos is known for his extravagant purchases, which include ultra-luxurious yachts worth more than $1 billion, one-of-a-kind sports cars worth more than $10 million, a portfolio of luxurious homes worth around $600 million, and of course, a fleet of lavish private jets worth more than $150 million. So of course, Bezos is in the billionaire space race and he appears to be winning. He got to the edge of space with a custom-built rocket from his own rocket factory. So flee now, Superman. Bezos is gonna hunt you down while riding in his rocket. Number 1. Elon Musk. Elon Musk has risen above the status of mere billionaire. In the eyes of his supporters, he is a rock star. This IT genius is the owner of Tesla, Twitter, SpaceX, and a variety of other very successful businesses. Unlike most other billionaires, Musk likes to live in a humble 350 square foot $50,000 home with nothing luxurious. Furthermore, when he isn't shooting his automobiles into space, he loves to drive a Tesla and rarely spends extravagant sums on showy stuff. Musk, on the other hand, spends the majority of his money on charity and new ventures. Many of them fail, but that is the only road to success. Try and fail until you find something extraordinary. I can't stop wondering what Musk's next big hit will be. We hope you've gained a new perspective on the exclusive world of the ultra-rich people. From their extravagant lifestyles to their impact on society, the billionaires of the world have truly left a mark. And who knows, maybe their story will inspire you to reach for the stars and create your own wealth empire. Remember, the sky's the limit and anything is possible. Who do you think will win the race toward the first trillionaire on this planet? Do you think Elon Musk can reach it first? Or maybe someone else? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be updated with my latest uploads. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.